Yo, it's so crazy how people are living in a moment in time from 20 years ago. It's almost like they got stuck back there. That was their 15 minutes of fame that they simply can't let go, and that's the only thing they can eat off. You got 50 Cent, who just bought up half of Shreveport. You got Domination and Bingham Smurf still to this day doing interviews about what happened 30 years ago. Now, I will say, during this interview with Cam Capone News and all that, right? Domination's up there just telling the stories, you know. I don't hear as much vitriol as I used to hear when they used to do these type of interviews. One thing I'm glad he cleared up is the misconception about Ghetto Quran.
Quran was already out then.
Yo, a lot of people got it misconstrued. That's a misconception. Ghetto Quran, he wasn't telling them Ghetto Quran. That was more like paying homage to the OGs, and the OGs respect that. Like, he ain't say no snitch and shit, like, at all. Like, this is public information. You get what I'm saying? It's not like he was dry snitching on nobody in Ghetto Quran. Now, in his later songs, I can't say the same.
So I'm glad he said that. That's very important, because that is a misconception about Ghetto Quran. When you talk to the OGs that he was talking about, most of them understand that we're just paying homage about things that already happened, that were already out in the public. Now, the part that we're here for is who did what, who owes who, where does the loyalty lie? One thing Domination gonna say is Bingham, Smurf, and 50 put this team together versus Supreme. This is where the moment in time where they're encapsulated starts to form. Because who put this crew together? Domination says it was 50 and Bingham Smurf.
It was crazy. You got the top gangsters from every side linked up. You can't lose.
Okay, now 50 puts this together. He's recently been shot.
Smurf and 50 put this together.
Smurf and 50. At what point do you see 50 after that? Like, when's your first time seeing 50 after he gets shot?
Smurf called me one day, and he like, yo, come to the back blocks. I was on the block. They come to the back blocks. I'm like, all right, cool. He brought me to 50 house. Well, 50 grandmother house at the time and whatnot. And he was basically letting 50 know that I was part of his team.
Think about how these guys are moving around, right? He hustling. He comes to the back block, go to 50 grandma crib. A lot of the studios that they had back then were oftentimes in somebody's basement, in somebody's house. So you're around people, family. So when Smurf brings Domination in, he lets 50 know, hey, this is my man. I'm building my team. Because how a lot of this shit worked is you would have like the overhead. So you would have the big brand name like G Unit. And then under that, you got a whole bunch of different cliques and all that. And so every clique had a leader that was under the one umbrella. This situation is super intimate. You know what I'm saying? These cats is kind of coming up together. You know, they on the block together. They may not go to school together because it's different ages, you know, but people assimilate to each other for whatever reason. So why does the fallout happen? I go from your grandmother crib to 30 years later, still having the same plights and gripes. Why?
It's not a music beef. This is what people have confused. They think, oh, it's publicity. These niggas in magazines talking about, oh no, it's not that.
One of the most volatile neighborhoods in America, Jamaica, Queens, is known for its ruthless streets. But alliances made in the street game can become beef when those that make it out distance themselves with those they leave behind. With a street reputation, Bingham Smurf, whose son's godfather was 50 Cent, acted as 50's friend and confidant.
The beef started with my homie Bingham Smurf. As you know, he's incarcerated. Smurf was 50's everything. His shooter, his protection, his standby guy, he opened doors for him, everything. That was his heart.
While 50 was becoming a superstar, Bingham Smurf was arrested for reckless endangerment and criminal possession of a firearm.
So when he got locked up, his bill was $75,000. Now at this point, Get Rich or Die Trying did like $8 million. So, you know, 50 had that money to wipe his ass with. So we just keep calling him, man. We just getting the same answer. So we like, hold on, this nigga went and did things for you behind you getting shot. My man was the one that retaliated, you know? You didn't go out and grab your gun. You didn't go and say, oh, these niggas shot me, I'm about to go find them niggas. My nigga was in the car riding around. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas from the hood was riding around to take care of that beef for him. He wasn't grabbing no pistol. I feel he a bitch behind that, because how you not gonna send money to somebody that did, you know what I'm saying, took care of your business? That's your business. You got shot twice. Smurf didn't get shot.
The question I have for you, leave it in the comments, is how long does this last? He's saying that Smurf is the muscle, Smurf is the hammer, Smurf helped put together G Unit. Smurf goes down for some odd 4 months if 50 does not come and get him, even though they saying 50 had the money at that time. Now remember, these interviews that they doing today are about this. This video I'm showing you now is 16 years old. The beef is older than that. So how long do we live in that capsule, and how long should they be upset about what allegedly he said 50 did or didn't do?
Smurf's mother's house had to be put up in order to get him out. and 7,500 from his hood niggas.
This nigga, I called this nigga when I came out of the pen, right? I'm like, yo, 50, what's good? You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, son, what's good? Why y'all niggas ain't come get me? This nigga he couldn't even tell me why. He just started beefing. Like, what, nigga? You running around in town, I'll send you back to the hood to get your mind right. This nigga left me in the hood for 4 months, nigga. How you gonna send a nigga back to the hood to get his mind right? You know what getting your mind right in the hood is? Getting high and tearing shit up.
50 now, this 50 multi-million-dollar character that everybody's thinking he's fame, taking his shirt off, thinking he's cute, is not loyal. So all that money you got, if you don't got loyalty, who's gonna respect you?
There's certain people you don't trust, and then there's certain people you do trust. A nigga like Smurf, like he knew Smurf was loyal to him, you know? Smurf would have laid down his life for 50 Cent. Wow. You know? Smurf go against anybody for 50. Even myself, Smurf would have went against me for 50.
I got friends since the sandbox. If we was outside running around, one of them got rich, I was doing things for them, allegedly. I get knocked, they don't come and get me. How long do I carry that? Is that a forever thing? Is that a forever beef? Is that a forever disloyalty? Do I talk about it to this day, 30 years later? I'm saying that's the part that I'm questioning, although they putting money in front of these men to talk about these situations that obviously people still have interest in. So I'm asking you, leave it in the comments. Would you do the same? And how do you look 30 years later talking about some shit that y'all did as kids? What interests me the most in this next clip is I hear this often and it kind of irks me. People always trying to take credit for something you did, you built, because they may or may not have been there in the onset. They're not the main character in the story, but you let them tell it. Yo, you wouldn't have been here if it was for me. That was about me and mines. What do y'all think about that? Hove said, hey, okay, so make another Hove. But why can't they be duplicative of the things they say they gave you, did for you, the story, why they couldn't tell it the same? It's interesting. Let me know what y'all think.
Rich and Die Trying album was about you and your homies?
Yeah, everything he spoke about, that was about the work we putting in. That's why the energy was so serious on the album. That's why the frequency was so high. We was really on that. We was really mashing. We was really on that. All that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll give you an example. If it's beef, cocking and dumping, the drama was none to me. I ride by and blow your brains out. That shit I'm doing, bro. The DA could play this tape in court, I'd kill you, bro. That was my attitude, bro. You don't know when homicide locked me up or anybody and suck my dick and go to sleep, bro. Like, we on that, on all that time. That's why I was really on it like that. Like, we was on it. I'm like Paulie and Goodfellas. You could call me the Don. I used to call him Uncle Paulie. I was into all the mafia movies and shit like that. I was the first nigga. I was the first calling him Fifth. Now I see the whole world calling him Fifth. Yo, Fifth. Like, that's their best friend or son. Like, they know him like that. Yeah, man. Man. Everybody enjoy life. I'm thankful. I'm great. I got 2 beautiful sons and they healthy. And they love me.
The beef, cocking, and dumping, the drama really means nothing to me. I ride by and blow your brains out. He say that's... See, the thing about it is you can get that energy from watching movies. Remember, they named so many people. Freaky Ty, when he lost his life, God bless the dead. Black Just, God bless the dead. Y'all heard Ghetto Quran. They was really beefing. They was outside. 50 did a 3 to 5, if I'm not mistaken. But Smurf saying, yo, that's only about him. When we just heard Domination say they put a whole team together to go at Supreme. So it's just interesting how people take credit. Nah, that's me. That's what me. I did this. Everybody watch Goodfellas. I promise you. If you from the East Coast, everybody watch Goodfellas. Everybody watch Casino. Everybody watch Bronx Tale. Everybody. Well, I don't know if everybody watched Pope of Greenwich Village, but I'm trying to tell you, right? That was a part of everybody's fabric. You see what I'm getting at, though? It's like, how do you responsible for all this? Listen, he don't seem like a man that's willing to lie for no odd reason. He could probably feel this way, but I'm saying feel on purpose. All praises to the Most High. All these men still living and healthy. But I'm just wondering, man, let me know in the comments. You having conversations about things that happened 30 years ago, 50 not responding to none of it from 16 years ago, and we here. But I guess if you can get a check off it, why not talk about it? I just wonder, do people get caught in a time capsule and live in a 15 minutes of fame forever? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.